All right, everybody, welcome to class. My name is Teacher Chad. This hour we are
can't
going to
hear
be
you.
practicing our reading and pronunciation.
Chad,
Yeah,
can you hear us?
yeah. You can't hear me now?
We cannot hear you.
I can hear
Wow.
you. Mm-hmm.
All right. So Heidi can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Heidi can hear me.
Yeah,
Let's see here. Victor, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Very
Amparo,
well,
can you hear me? Okay.
Hi, teacher. Yes.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay. All right. All right. We should be okay. I think it may have just been Daniel. Okay, good. Well, welcome to class, you guys. It's good to have you here. I know Hangouts has been kind of crazy all day with all of my classes. It's been weird. It's been kicking people out, muting people, doing exactly what was just happening here. It's been craziness. So we're going to be reading through a story this hour entitled "The Gleaners." Okay, the link is in the Verbling chat box, as well as the Google chat box. Okay, so go ahead and open that up. I'm going to share my screen with you. If I can. Hey, Daniel, can you hear me okay now?
Daniel.
Daniel?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can
you
hear
hear
you.
me? Can you hear me okay now?
He dropped.
Oops.
You dropped again? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yes.
what's going on?
Daniel, I can hear you. How about me? No.
No? Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Victor, we're going to start off with you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Here's the story. Okay. Let's have you read most of this first paragraph. So from Bowie, Texas. Okay, down to. Yeah, go ahead and read the whole first thing. So down to the making of townhomes, please, or hometowns.
Bowie, Texas wasn't much if you happened to be passing through on US 287, the highway that runs from Fort Worth to Wichita Falls. There were no freeways there in 1950, and travelers just had to deal with the inconvenience of slowing their pace to get through the small rural towns that dotted the north-central part of the state. No one ever paid much attention to such places unless they had a particularly odd or recognizable name. Our town was named after Jim Bowie, a hero of the Alamo, who, as local legend has it, was once wanted there by Comanche Indians. No one ever corroborated the story, but we were quite willing to accept the minor distinction. Nocona, which was named after Chiefs Nokonos of the Comanche Indian Nation, was a bit more famous, a town just north of Bowie, about 20 miles, that earned its fame as the home place of the Nocona boot factory. Such are the ingredients in the making of hometowns.
Okay, very good. All right, let's go to the word boot right here. Instead of boat factory, okay, the Nocona boot factory.
Nocona boot factory.
There you go. Good. Yeah, and you actually did really well through here. We have this word here that's pronounced Alamo. The stress is at the very beginning. Alamo.
Alamo.
Mm-hmm. Good. Let's see here. Where'd you go?
Comanche, did I say it correct?
Well, Comanche. This is an Indian name, so even the way that I say that is probably incorrect. So we would say Comanche, and I mean, yeah, either way is okay. Yeah, it's an Indian name, and so yeah, my pronunciation is probably really bad on it too. Okay, give me a good V sound here. Inconvenience.
Inconvenience.
Okay, all right, very good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Your reading was pretty good. Okay, nice job.
Thanks.
Nice job.
Thanks so much. Thank
No
you.
problem. Very good. Let's go to Heidi. Okay, Heidi, please read from my youth spent. Okay, and read this whole paragraph down to feeling pretty battered,
Okay.
please.
My youth spent in Bowie contained a mixture of turmoil, family divorce, displacement, uncertainty, and violence. There were some good times too. Stretches of my existence when the only thing to think about was what adventure awaited me at wherever I might find myself at the moment. At age 9, I really didn't think much about the future, at least not beyond next week or next month or summer vacation from school. But it is funny how in life the really rich lessons we learn seem to attach themselves to surprise, shock, or trauma, even the milder forms of them. Our family has been relatively stable for the first 7 or 8 years since I had joined it, but as time went on, it got pretty crazy. My older sister and brother and I had been displaced several times after those early years until we were feeling pretty battered.
Okay, very good. All right, let's go to the word early instead of early. It's early.
Early,
There you go. Good. Next up, we have the word first instead of fast. First.
first.
Okay, so for the first 7 or 8 years, try that.
For the first 7 or 8 years.
Very good. Next up, this is relatively. Okay, so the stress is at the very beginning. Relatively.
Relatively.
Okay, good. Let's see here. Next is milder. Right here, milder.
Milder.
Okay, good. Let's go to, let's see here. Okay, give me a good V here. Adventure.
Adventure.
Okay, so what adventure awaited me? Try that.
What adventure awaited me?
Okay, good. And turmoil. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, everything else is pretty nice. Okay, nice job.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to, let's see, Daniel, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you. I don't know what's
Okay.
happening.
Yeah, no, Hangouts has been funky today. Been a little crazy. All right, Daniel, let me have you read from We Couldn't Help. Okay, and read down to here where it says or pocket knife, please.
Okay. We couldn't help but notice the differences between the stability of home life we observed between ours and the families around us, our friends, and of course those that we just naturally sidestep as being normal. There were lots of feelings of regret that we weren't quite on the same level as those around us. This assessment was also nurtured by the attitudes and treatment we received from those well-meaning people who seemed to know just exactly what social and economic slot to fit us into. Involuntarily, an element of self-pity crept in, and we were guilty of feeling a bit defensive and sorry for ourselves and our plight. Hope we didn't brood over it, but we carried our perceived downtrodden social status around with us, as we would our shirt, shoes, and pocket knife.
Okay, very good. All right, let's go to this word here. Instead of pocket, it's pocket knife.
Pocket knife.
Very good. Next is the word downtrodden. Downtrodden.
Downtrodden.
There you go. Good. Up here, instead of Surrey, this is sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, very nice. Next, give me a good V sound. Involuntarily.
Involuntarily.
Okay, very good. Next up is, okay, this word here, nurtured. Okay, give me a good ed ending instead of nurtured. It's nurtured.
Okay, nurtured.
All right, very good. Next is the word feelings. Feelings.
Okay, feelings.
Good, yeah, good with a good long E sound here. Nice. Next and last one for you is notice. Instead of notice, it's notice.
Notice.
Okay, very nice. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. Let's go to Amparo.
Yep.
All right, Amparo, please read from it gradually. Okay, go ahead and finish this paragraph and read down to here where it says seriously.
Okay. It gradually became who we were, part of our personalities. Circumstances, fate, or whatever you wanted to call it had played a cruel trick on our family. In retrospect, I suppose that our parents were the cause of their own self-destruction, and to a certain extent ours too. We did what most people in our small world did. We assessed ourselves in relation to others around us who had either more or less than we did in material things, as well as the ethereal glue that bonds families together. We didn't have many material things, and that familial glue seemed to be getting weaker and weaker all the time. The only real bonding we had towards each other was out of the necessity of survival. It was a circling of the wagon's mentality, a purely defensive posture. After our parents were divorced, things really seemed to deteriorate rapidly and seriously.
Okay, very good. First up is the word deteriorate.
Deteriorate. Deteriorate.
There you go. Very good. Next up, we have the word wagons instead of wagons. Okay, so circling of the wagons.
Circling on the wagons.
One more time. Circling of the wagons.
Circling of the wagons.
Okay, very good. Nice vowel sound. Next is, all right, so here you said seemed. Okay, so instead of finishing off that D, connect it to the word to. Okay, so let's see. So let's just go from there. So seem to be getting weaker.
Seem to be getting weaker.
There you go. Good. Next, okay, make sure to pronounce this S here at the end. So this is material things. Material things.
Material things.
Okay. Now instead of material, it's material.
Material things.
That's it. Good. This word here is pronounced ourselves. Ourselves.
Ourselves.
Okay, very good. Next is, okay, the word certain. Okay, instead of certain. Okay, this is to a certain extent.
to a certain extent.
Okay, very nice. And last one here, instead of gradually, okay, give me a good GR. Gradually. Gradually.
Gradually.
Okay. All right, nice job. Thank you.
Thanks.
Alrighty. Let's go to Victor.
Okay.
Okay, Victor, please read from our home. Okay. And let's have you read down to here. Many of those around us, please.
Our home had been a nice, stable, middle-class, older house with a detached garage apartment that my father, a house painting contractor, had built. The rent from the garage apartment added an extra windfall to our income. When the house was awarded to my mother in the divorce settlement, my father promptly burned it to the ground for spite or revenge or both. In any event, my mother, sister, brother, and I had to move into a one-room garage apartment behind my grandmother's house. It was a real come down from what we'd been accustomed to, so we thought that our world had been severely devastated. We only saw how far we had fallen economically and aesthetically, and not how much better off we were than many of those around us.
Okay, very good. All right, let's go to the word off right here instead of oaf. Okay, so how much better off we were. Try that.
How much better off we were.
There you go. Okay, good. Next up is the word severely. Severely. Try that.
Severely. Severely.
There you go. Good. Next up, make sure to pronounce the apostrophe S here on grandmother's. So, my grandmother's house.
My grandmother's house.
Okay, very nice. Next is, let's see here. Yeah, only one was up here. So, a house painting contractor. Okay, so the stress is at the very beginning of contractor, okay? So instead of a house painting contractor, it's a house painting contractor.
A house painting contractor.
Good, good. Nice job. Nice job. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Chad.
No problem. Okay, around us. Okay. All right, Heidi?
Yeah.
Okay, please read from it seems to be. Okay, finish this paragraph and read down to here where it says way out of self-defense, please.
Okay. It seems to be a truism that most of us don't notice those who have been relegated to the bottom gutter of our socio-economic hierarchy. They are more or less invisible to us, unseen by choice, chance, or by virtue of the sight of them being somewhat uncomfortable for us to look at. It is scary, but most of us are but a few short circumstances away from serious change in our comfortable lifestyles. I was rapidly learning that at an early age. Even being displaced and thrust into poverty. Whatever we had to endure in our new situation was far better than lying awake at night listening to our father beat our mother with his fist on a regular basis, always when he had been drinking. Besides, we were pretty young, and a change of just about any kind was just another adventure. We made it that way out of self-defense.
Okay, very good. All right, let's go to the word made. Okay, instead of made it, it's a. We made it.
We made it.
Okay, so here you're saying made. Okay, instead of a, it's a. So you're missing the e sound afterwards. It's we made it.
We made it.
There you go. One more time. We made it.
We made it.
Okay, good. Next up is thrust. Give me a good THR here. Thrust into poverty.
Thrust into poverty.
Okay, very nice. Next up is the word early, right here. Instead of early, it's early.
Early.
Okay, give me a good L there. Early.
Early.
Okay, all right, good. Next is okay. For us to look at instead of look at. Okay, look at. For us to look at.
For us to look at.
Okay, very nice. Next is the word quarter. Okay, so here instead of quarter, okay, curve your tongue up for that first R. Quarter.
Quarter.
One more time. Quarter. Okay, very good. And I think, okay, so at the very beginning here, so it seems to be, make sure to pronounce this S here. It seems to be.
It seems to be.
Okay, almost seems to. Seems to be.
It seems to be.
Okay, all right, pretty good. Nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is, let's see, Daniel?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay.
Please read from adapting. Finish this paragraph and read down to here where it says charge for the listener, please.
Okay. Adapting is probably what humans do best, and children are better at it than anyone else. They have to be. My sister, brother, and I had very little control over our circumstances, our lives, or where and how we wanted to live. We were obligated to go where and do what we were told. The decisions for these things were always left up to the older, smarter adults who were more in control of things. Right or wrong, they were the parents, we were the children. Television, having not been introduced into our small community as yet, was not a refugee from our grinding poverty. Instead, we generously used our imaginations. Radio was king, and it was a rich source of our evening and Saturday morning entertainment, our escape, plus the very necessary fact of it being free of charge for the listener.
Okay, very good. All right, let's go to the word necessary. So here, instead of saying necessary, okay, use an unvoiced S here. So necessary.
Necessary.
One more time. Necessary.
Necessary.
Okay, very good. Next is the word generously. So we're looking at the R here. Instead of generous, it's generous. Generously.
Generously.
Okay, very good. Next up is the word grinding. Let's see here. Okay, right here. Instead of grinding, it's grinding.
Grinding.
Okay. Next is the word television. So the stress at the very beginning. Instead of television, it's television.
Television.
All right.
Television. Yeah.
There you go. Good. Next is obliged. Let's see where you're at. Right here. Obliged.
Obliged.
One more time. Obliged.
Obliged.
All right. Good. And the last one here. Instead of circumstances, it's circum with an M sound. Circumstances.
Circumstances.
Good. All right. Nice job. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So here to the listener. All right. Next is Amparo. Please read from supporting. Okay, finish the paragraph and here. It's a long one. Let me have you read down to Elmwood Elementary, please.
Okay. Supporting the program sponsors was a luxury afforded to those other people who had the means. Mostly, I spent the majority of my waking hours outside, exploring the world. We had 3 movie theaters in our small town. Admission was 9 cents, but most of the time that was an insurmountable sum. Our mother worked as a waitress in a local cafe. We were relegated to living on her tips. It was just about then that I discovered a really fun thing to do. Once every week, my grandfather would gather up all of our trash that had accumulated between his house and ours and take it to the dump grounds for disposal. Most everyone had a 55-gallon barrel situated near their back alley where they burned most of their daily trash, but eventually there had to be a final dumping site for whatever was left. Our dump ground was located behind Elmwood.
Okay, very good. Let's see here. This is going to be Elmwood Cemetery.
Could you repeat, please?
Cemetery.
Cemetery.
Okay, very nice. All right, let's go to. All right, so here. Okay, this is all right. So a fun thing to do. Now, after fun, you added either a T or a D, saying fun thing. Okay, so this is a fun thing to do. Try that.
A fun thing to do.
Okay, very good. Next is the word it was. So here you had said it was, ita. So instead of it was using a flap T, it's going to be a stop T. It was.
It was.
One more time. It was.
It was.
Okay, good. Next is the word local.
Local cafe.
Yeah, so instead of locale cafe, okay, local. One more time.
Local.
Okay, good. Next is admission. Give me a good short I. Instead of admission.
Admission.
Okay, very nice. And last word here is luxury. So here.
Luxury.
Yeah, instead of luxury with an S sound, luxury. Okay?
Luxury?
Just like that, luxury. Okay? All right, nice job. Thank you.
Thanks.
Cemetery. Okay, good. Let's go back to Victor.
Okay.
Okay, Victor, please read from where families could simply finish this paragraph. All right, and read down to meager existence, please.
Where families could simply take their trash to a city-maintained landfill and dispose of anything they didn't want anymore. It was a smelly and all-around gross place, but that was just on the surface. My mother was the first in our family to realize the relative value of the place. She and Granddad would go there and not come home for several hours. I couldn't figure out what the interest was until one Saturday morning. I had nothing else planned, so I decided to go along for the ride. Granddad sometimes allowed me to ride in the pickup bed, and that was fun in itself. The freedom I had been allowed up to that time gave me the confidence to go and do just about anything I wanted. That didn't hurt me in the process. Mother had previously brought things home from the dump ground, which she was very proud of, and used the items to augment our meager existence.
Okay, nice job. Nice job. All right, so first up, okay, so you can pronounce this word process or process. Okay, both ways are okay. I personally say process. Okay, there are other
Process.
teachers that say
Okay.
process. Okay, but they're the exact same word, right?
Okay.
Okay, let's go to. All right, so. Okay, so the relative value of this place. Give me a good V sound. The relative value of this place.
The relative value. The relative value.
Very good, much better. And surface instead of surface. Surface.
Surface. Surface.
Good. And the last one here. This is to a city-maintained landfill. So the stress is on the end. A city-maintained landfill.
City-maintained landfill.
Okay. Good. Good. Nice job. Nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. And next up is Heidi. Okay, Heidi, please read from She Regularly Found. Okay. And yeah, go ahead and read down to the end of the paragraph where it says valuable or interesting.
Okay. She regularly found hardly worn clothes, pot, pant, dishes, building materials, tools, perfectly good appliances, radios, shoes, and many other items that people had discarded for any number of reasons. Her creativity and resourcefulness then took over as she remade the items. Old clothes were altered, chipped or broken things were mended or patched. Other smaller things were used to make larger things. She had raved about her little bonanza, but none of us really paid much attention. Plus, there was the obvious social stigma attached to anyone seen rummaging through and retrieving trash from that nasty place. It had never really occurred to me that in picking through that stew of refuse and discards, one might find anything valuable or interesting.
Okay, all right, very nice, very nice. All right, let's go to the word refuse. Or sorry, refuse. Okay, so our stress is at the very beginning. Refuse. Try that.
Refuse.
Yeah. So the other one would be to refuse. Okay, and that would be to say no, I refuse that. This is refuse, and it is a noun. Okay.
Okay.
Good. All right. This word here is pronounced occurred. Occurred. Good. All right. Here, make sure to give me a good R instead of a retrieving. It's retrieving.
Retrieving.
Okay. Very nice. And yes, you are correct on this word. It is rummaging. Okay.
Rummaging.
Next here is. Let's see. Okay, attached. Right here instead of attached, attached.
Attached.
Okay, good. Next is right, the word paid. Right here instead of ped. Okay, paid.
Paid.
One more time. Paid.
Paid.
Okay, very good. Next is. All right, so here. All right, here it is. Okay, and the word is resourcefulness. Resourcefulness.
Resourcefulness.
Okay, one more time. Resourcefulness.
Resourcefulness.
Okay. All right, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright. Okay, let's go to Daniel.
Yeah, just in case, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay.
No worries, man. I know how that goes. Okay, let's have you finish here. And come down to here where it says at the grocery store.
Okay. Apparently, someone had thrown away several WWII military medals, along with a small display case. What a find! I thought I'd won the door prize at church bingo. After a few more similar finds, I became a true believer. I forgot about the stigma and the smell, and from and the smell, and from then on became a dumb ground beachcomber. Not many interesting artifacts got past me. People frequently discarded radios with nothing wrong with them, except a loose cord. Pocket knives with one blade broken or chipped, neckties, wallets, and purses with change left in them. Sometime later, I discovered that it was considered bad luck to discard a purse or wallet without leaving at least a small amount of money inside. I wasn't particularly superstitious, but was glad other people were. Even glass pop bottles were worth 2 cents each at the grocery store.
Okay, very good. All right, let's go to the word worth. Right here, instead of saying worth, using an OR sound, this is an ER. Worth.
Worth.
Okay, good. Next is, okay, the word. Let's go to, let's try smell here as well, or small. So I'm looking for smell, but I think it's up a little higher. So small is the same type of thing. So a small amount of money aside. Try that.
A small amount of money inside.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah. Now here, before with smell, if I can find it, we'll practice it. But you had said smell using a Z sound. So yeah, it'd be smell. Okay. Next up is, okay, the word bingo right here. Bingo.
Okay, bingo.
There you go. Good. Instead of bingo. Okay. Next is several. Right. Where do you go? Several. Okay, right here. Instead of several or several, it's several.
Several.
One more time. Several.
Several.
Okay, good. And last one for you is thrown. Let's see here.
At the beginning.
Thrown.
Yeah.
Is it at the beginning? Where's it
Yeah.
at?
On the left side, left-hand side. Of
Yeah, I was looking
several.
at it on another sentence. Okay, so here instead of thrown, it's thrown.
Thrown.
There you go. Good. All right, nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so Papa's at the grocery store. Okay. Okay, good. Let's go to Amparo. Amparo, please read from a redemption. Okay, finish this paragraph and read down to this comment here. Anything, please.
Okay. A redemption of the initial deposit. It seemed that when people finally made up their minds to clean out their attic or basement, they just dumped everything from those storage places and never looked back. Being discarded didn't mean the items weren't useful anymore. It just meant that the previous owner had little or no use for them. As the old saying goes, one one man's floor is another man's ceiling. The excitement I felt in the discovery of my small finding was something akin to ocean fishing. You never knew what you'd latch onto during any given expedition. Then the follow-through was in making something useful from what had been recovered without our excursions, treasure hunting. The mining of the items we found was truly addictive. I'd for search for an hour and not find anything.
Okay, very good. Very good. Let's go to the word excursions first. Okay, so instead of I can't remember if you said a score or scar, but this is going to be an ER sound. Excursions.
Excursion.
Okay, now it's going to be jins. Excursions.
Excursion.
There you go. Good. Next up is the word fishing. Okay, give me a short I instead of fishing. It's fishing.
Fishing.
Okay, very nice. Next is okay, right here instead of discovery, it's discovery. Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, one more time.
No.
Discovery. Okay, very good. Let's go to, let's see, last one. Okay, so here, the T and the W. Okay, you had said that when. Okay, instead of that when, use a stop T with the T's and the W's. That when. One more time. That when. Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. Very good. Let's go to Victor.
Okay.
All right, Victor. Please read from. Then a peaceful. Sorry, a beautiful picture. I was looking at picture and beautiful and putting it together. Okay, finish this paragraph and read down to here. Made us worth saving, please.
Okay. Then a beautiful picture frame with a photo of Jane Russell. Wow, that was enough to spike my interest for another couple of hours. Then, next week, a whole new and replenished ocean from which to make a new catch. Everything from Monopoly games to playing cards to watches and jewelry. Looking back, I can see a kind of similarity between our wretched family and the trash that people had discarded and dumped as unusable at the dump ground. We had also been discarded, in a sense, determined as useless and unsalvageable for all practical purposes. But just like the very useful things we were finding among the trash, we also contained valuable and useful possibilities. Sure, it might take a little extra effort, a little insight and imagination, but we had a very special ingredient, potential, and that made us worth saving.
Okay. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Let's go to the word possibilities. Instead of possibilities, it's an ah sound. Possibilities.
Possibilities.
Okay. Very nice. Next up is the word purposes. Instead of purpose, okay, give me an ER sound. Purposes.
Purposes.
All right, very good. Next is the word watches. Right here, instead of witches, it's an watches.
Watches.
Okay, good. Next is Okay, now here you had added an ing saying my interesting for another. Okay, so this would be to spike my interest or to spike my interest. Try that.
To spike my interest.
Very good. All right, nice job. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chad.
No problem. All right, let's continue here. Heidi?
Yes.
Okay, Heidi, please read from I Was Aware. Okay, and 2, 3, 4. Please read till here where it says and creativity, please.
Okay. I was aware that my adventures at the dump ground were not something I could brag about with my friends, or was the least bit acceptable in polite society. In fact, it was mostly seen by normal people as scraping the bottom socially. I had a few encounters with people who got very angry with me for disturbing and retrieving items they had thrown away, and didn't expect to find back in circulation on any level. But for me, a Christmas came on every excursion. In a few short months, I had an entire collection of comic books, medical books, discarded library books, part of a train set, and a lot of cancelled bank checks my friends and I used as play money. The uses for the things I found were limited only by my own imagination and creativity.
Okay, all right, very nice, very nice. All right, let's go to the word. Oh, I swear it is here. Bank. Okay, right here. Okay, instead of bonk checks, it's bank.
Bank?
Bay with a long A sound. Bay, bank.
Bank? Oh, really?
Yep, bank.
I didn't understand.
Yep. Okay. Next up is video.
Okay.
What's that?
Usually we need to say bank. I'm going to the bank, like that.
Yep, I'm going to the bank.
Bank, already.
Yep, it's a long A sound, bank. Okay, so here, let's go to. Okay, bank. I'm looking for. Okay, right here. Got. So this is got very angry. Okay, got very angry with me.
Got very angry.
There you go. Good. Instead of very angry. Okay, very angry. Okay. Next is the word scraping. Scraping.
Scraping.
Okay, very nice. And the last one here is instead of not, it's not. Okay?
Not.
Or not something.
Not something.
Okay. All right, nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, creativity. All right, Daniel?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Daniel, please read from pretty soon. Okay, finish this. And read down to here, knew the color of the sky, please.
Okay. Very soon, I had a small business established in refurbishing many items and reselling them. Reworking and repairing cigarette lighters was my specialty, especially Zippo lighters. I tried to offer a good product at a fair price, but I think many people just wanted to reward me for my ingenuity. The 9 cents admission to the movies was no longer a problem. There's no way to know how many of Bowie's citizens were aware that we were garbage cleaners, trash pickers. Truthfully, At that time, I really didn't give it too much thought. I knew what I was doing and how it looked. We were so intent in researching through the piles of garbage that we hardly noticed anyone else noticing us. Our intensity of focus reminded me of the opening line of Stephen Crane's book, The Open Boat. None of them knew the color of the sky.
Okay, all right, very good. Let's take a look here. First up is, instead of known of them, it's none of them.
None of them.
Okay, good. Next is the word focus. So here, instead of saying focus, it's instead of fa, it's focus.
Focused. No.
Okay, one more time. Focus, and on the S.
Focused.
Almost. You're saying fa. Okay, it's focus.
Focused.
There you go. Good. Next up is okay. So at that time. Okay, so here you would use Spanish T, saying at that. Okay, so it's at that time.
Okay, at that time.
Okay, very good. Next is okay, ingenuity. Right here, ingenuity.
Ingenuity.
There you go. Good. And the last one for you is speciality. Speciality. Okay. All right. Nice job. Thank you. Okay, Sky. All right, Amparo, please read from We Were Concentrating. And go ahead and finish this this paragraph. Read down to In Our Circumstances.
We were concentrating so hard on our task at hand that the rest of the world was temporarily ignored. Many people had already placed us in the same category as the dumb grounds. We were just trust ourselves. As bad off as I thought our family situation was, relatively, I was about to have an awakening. In our constant self-assessment, we generally have to evaluate everyone around us in order to gauge where we are in the pecking order. Those who enjoy the good life as well as those less fortunate than ourselves. As far as I could determine, we were well below the average line. It was difficult for me to see the reality that was only a short distance all around me. I was about to see a bigger picture and feel a bit less sorry uh, for our wretched family in our circumstances.
Okay, all right, very good. So this here is going to be ragged, for our ragged family. Try that.
For our ragged family.
Okay, good. Next up is, let's see here, distance. Right here, instead of distance, D, it's distance.
Distance.
Okay. Next up is the word trash.
Trash.
Yeah, give me a good, if I can find it, give me a good SH sound. One more time. Trash.
Trash.
Okay, good. Apparently that word is hiding from me. All right, let's go to our next one. Yeah, it was... Okay, so anyway. Okay, right here. Yay! So, sometimes I, because I'm writing another word, and sometimes you say another word, and I write it down, and I don't actually see it when you say it, and so I have to search for it. It's crazy. Okay, this word here, temporarily. Temporarily.
Temporarily.
Okay, one more time. Temporarily.
Temporarily.
Almost. Okay. Temporary. So we're going to bounce. Rare. Temporarily.
Temporarily.
There you go. That's it. Okay, and your last word here is concentrating. Stress at the very beginning. Concentrating.
Concentrating.
Good, good. All right, nice job. Very good. All right, you guys. Let's. Yeah.
I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
In the chat box, I put a word that you gave me. That's a speciality.
Speciality.
Okay, I thought that was specialty. Specialty.
That's going to be well. You can say specialty.
Specialty.
Oh, right. Yeah. You know what? I added an I in there, so that would be speciality. Okay, adding an I in there. You can say special. It'd be specialty. Yeah. So I added an I. So you're exactly right. So there are two words. My speciality. Okay, what I specialize in, as well as my specialty.
Specialty. Okay, I got
Okay.
it.
All right. Okay, you guys. Thanks for stopping by. It was great having you guys here. I'll be back tomorrow night. We'll do another reading class. Okay. All right, you guys.
Take
Thank
care.
you very
Thanks.
much.
We'll see ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you very
Bye,
much,
guys.
chat. Goodbye. See you later.